Hey you guys, thank you for tuning into my channel. For you all who are tuning in for the first time on my channel, I talk about on my channel, The Uncertain Life. I talk about my journey through my divorce with my husband and just hoping that something that I say or something in my story will help someone else go through this tough season in their life. I wanted to make this video today unedited, unscripted, because the last video I made, I gave tips on how to be more emotionally sound during this journey. But last night, I found myself crying myself to sleep, and I wanted to just have a video where I'm just completely real and saying that sometimes, even though you have peace about what's taking place, that does not mean that the peace takes away sadness. Peace means that you won't cry or you won't be hurt. Peace just means that deep down, you know and you trust that everything is going to be okay and God has your back, which is what I believe in my heart. But sometimes I still have sad moments, or a sad day, a rough day, where I feel like I just can't grasp my emotions consistently. I'll grab them for an hour and in the next hour they suck. Or I grab them for a minute or a few seconds in the next few seconds. And honestly, that's because I know it sounds, originally to me, it sounded immature to feel like I needed to depend on God like all the time, all day, every second. It's like, come on now. We just read this. We just read a Bible verse. We just listened to this praise and worship song. He just gave me an on point word. So why within the next 2 minutes or a minute or a few seconds am I back to feeling how I was before? And it's really because as soon as we have a positive thought or, revelation thought, or, feeling in our spirit, then there's always going to be attack on that thought right after. And so often we experience the thought of something good or peaceful, but then right after we can almost bank on something. It's like a but thought. It's like, everything is going to be all right, and then the but thought comes in, but you're getting older. Are you really sure, you're going to get married again? And, just those things come up and it's normal. And last night when I was, crying, I was just thinking about my tips and how sometimes it's just okay to feel whatever, and that is actually one of my tips. It's okay to just feel whatever it is that you're feeling. And I allowed myself to, cry. And earlier that day, I had acted very impulsively, spending money that I did not have. And I've been doing very well with managing my money because I know I'm going through this transition, but I've in the past had issues with just impulsive spending and shopping. And yesterday I had the day off and I found myself trying to escape from my thoughts and my feelings and just spending, online shopping. And for you, it may not be shopping. For you, it may be texting some randoms that you know that you're not going to end up with, or some, past boyfriends, or it may be drinking or smoking, or, whatever it is for you. Or just honestly laying in the bed and forcing yourself to sleep all day to get away from it. Whatever it is, I found myself doing that. And I realized afterwards I didn't feel any better. And I only felt I didn't feel better because I knew I was being disobedient to what God was asking me to do with my finances, which was be disciplined. And so I ended up feeling condemnation, guilt. And I know that, the enemy comes to, try to make us feel bad, and God just convicts us. But, God sometimes wants us not to go through that pain of feeling that way, which is why he tries to protect us from acting out and doing those things when he says, don't text that guy, or, don't spend, or don't do this, or, don't drink because you're going to feel bad afterwards. And sometimes I realize that I know I love God, but I was reading John 14. That's what I was led to this morning. And it was just talking about how if you love him, you'll obey him, and how sometimes my obedience is limited by how I feel. And sometimes our obedience is limited, like if we feel like being obedient. I didn't feel like being obedient. I didn't feel like being disciplined with my finances. I just felt like spending and doing whatever I wanted to do. But I was choosing that as if that could comfort me over choosing to really get into his presence, just kind of seclude myself, because I could have secluded myself in my room and just kind of, turned on praise and worship and allowed myself to be in his presence. I just didn't feel like it. But I'm saying all of that to say that at the end of the day, God knows our heart. He knows that, we love him. He knows that this is hard. This is not an easy season. This is not an easy task. Starting your life over, not knowing what it looks like on the other side, but choosing to have faith and persevere and get up every day and go to work. And that's what I was supposed to be doing yesterday. I was supposed to be working, and I just stopped. I just got so overwhelmed and fed up, and I distracted the entire time that I probably didn't put in more than an hour of actual solid work, because sometimes it feels like when you're working, you're pretending like nothing's going on, or you're like working over your pain, and it feels even more painful than just sitting in your pain to me sometimes. So I didn't work. But it's just like that sometimes. And I love buying mugs that have words on them. And I found a mug in Fresh Market. They have nice mugs. And on one of the mugs, it says, "Every day is a clean slate." And so at the end of the night, I knew I hadn't done anything that I actually wanted to do for the day. But I I I took that mug out and I ate my ice cream in it. And I knew that this morning that was the mug that I was going to drink my tea out of, because that's the thought that I wanted in my mind. And that's what I want us to remember, that every day, as hard as it is a clean slate. So if we go to sleep and it's not a good, we didn't have such a good day, let's just hope for better the next day. Let's pursue better the next day. Let's pursue better the next morning. And so that's all, you guys. I really just wanted to come on here and just have a moment of just being completely honest and just unscripted, and just to let you know that you're not alone. Constantly depend on God. Take care of yourself. Make sure you feel whatever it is you need to feel. And when you can't pray, or when you can't sing to yourself, or when you just don't have it in you, sometimes just allow something in your background, whether it's motivational videos or your favorite pastor, or music like I like to listen to Dappy T Keys piano. Good Father is my favorite. Just to play in your spirit in the background and, put you where you need to be so you can start afresh. You are not alone. Keep moving forward. I love you. I'm here for you. Please message me and subscribe to my channel. Have a good one. Bye.